The Food Safety and the Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, has initiated enforcement action against several alcoholic beverages manufacturers, including makers Old Monk, McDowell, Bagpiper, Antiquity Blue, Royal Challenge, over the alleged use of non-permitted flavouring practices and misleading age-related claims, saying that products violated existing food safety and labelling regulations. Without getting into the details, which we'll be running on the graphics, the larger issue is that when we talk about additives, flavor, enhancers, emulsifiers, smells, those are all industrial products and they end up destroying your body. The ultra processed food is one example of it. Let me straight away introduce my guests who know this better than me: Padma Shri awardee Dr. Sandeep Bagai, Chairman Nephron Clinic, and Dr. Mahesh Gupta, Director Gastroenterology, Fortis Noida. Thank you both of you for joining me. Let me first of all straight away go to Mr. Bagai. Mr. Bagai, this FSSAI, two things have happened today. One is in context of everything which they have been writing, organic. I'm not going to get into this now. Alcohol in itself, WHO says, is problematic. It says that any drop of alcohol in your body is a problem. But if in alcohol, if they're adding these artificial substances, so what havoc can it play with the body? Can you just break it down for our viewers? Can you just decode it for them when we talk about this natural, identical flavoring thing? They might sound innocent, but they're really bad things.
Good evening. So there are two or three very important points in this. One is, of course, alcohol is an inflammatory substance. Any amount at any point of time causes inflammation in the body. It begins from the gut and it affects all parts of the body. Now, if alcohol has additives or coloring agents or flavors, they can contain sugar, which itself is inflammatory in nature. It can contain glycerol and various other coloring agents. Now, all these as a mixture, what it does to your gut is it causes an acute inflammatory cascade. That means a process starts in the intestines, and your lining of your intestines get damaged. This is then the toxins and the inflammatory markers get absorbed through the bloodstream. So it's called as the gut barrier gets broken. And then it affects to various parts of the body when we call it as the gut cardiac axis, gut brain axis. And these have long-term implications, especially in teenagers, adolescents who do this trial and error methods. It can cause right from cognitive dysfunction, behavior disorders, aggression, attention deficit disorders. In adults, it can cause hypertension, cardiac issues, of course, pulmonary issues, and inflammation of the gut. So we need to be very, very sincere in what we project. We need to be honest in our manners or mannerisms of what is advertised. If there are any coloring agents, the question is, why do you need it? If there are additives, why do you need it? If there are flavors, why do you need it? And what are the exact ingredients? In any alcohol, none of this is written actually on the bottle. You can have a strawberry flavored, vanilla flavored, mango flavored, and so on. The question is what it exactly contains. So I'm in favor of the government authorities cracking the whip. The common public must know, the citizen must know what they are buying. But I think it's a huge message to all Indians that alcohol is not a safe substance to consume. Prolonged abstinence from alcohol and then binge drinking is equally bad. Adolescents and teenagers indulging in alcohol is really, really bad. And any evidence of alcohol, especially even a year or few months before you conceptualize and during pregnancy, can be havoc. We know that there is a syndrome known as fetal alcohol syndrome, in which babies can be born with congenital structural abnormalities, especially of the heart and brain. So I think the messaging should be very clear that alcohol is no longer fashionable. It's an inflammation which sets into the body. It's not one organ, but multi-organ damage. It takes a cumulative effect, and it is tolerance dependent. That means over a period of time, your body asks for more and more alcohol, and it's not good, not at any age. Over to you.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Dr. Gupta, your opening comments and the entire thing which happens, moderation में ले लो तो ठीक हो जाएगा. I think
it's a welcome step from the authority that they have not permitted to add flavors, and the non-permitted flavors especially, because something which is not good and you add something which is again not good, so two bad things together. So if something is not permitted, that means that is not good for our gut, our body, our heart, and maybe other organs also. So if they are adding something which is not permitted, means that is banned. That means it is causing harm to the body. So there are things which are not permitted. These may be carcinogens, these may be allergens, these may be destroying your gut, as Dr. Sab said. Dr. Sanjeev already explained how it can damage your gut mucosa. Means the lining of mucosa can be broken. It can lead to increased inflammation. The non-permitted toxins, I will say these are toxins. These move to various parts of the body. These lead to inflammation in the various parts. These may be carcinogens. These may be allergens. This initiate a cascade of inflammation. This goes on and on for long. So alcohol per se is not good for your liver, for your heart, for your kidney, for your intestine, and which is called moderation, safe limit. There is nothing like that. These are bad words. These are misconceptions. There is a safe limit of alcohol. There is nothing like that. Any limit, any amount of alcohol is bad for your liver. Any binge drinking is very bad. Even a single drink can cause pancreatitis and damage to your organs.